Hello. Today I would like to talk to you about how to play the level 1 to level 2 as a support. I'm going to be talking to you about what to do and why we do it, and then I'm going to show you some examples. So starting with the why, there's been a change in the meta, not super recently, but most of you should be familiar that we've moved away from leashing the jungler at level 1. And that's because the level 1 has become so much more important in the bot lane. It essentially sets the tone for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And you essentially have 3 main options for what to do. The first one is taking control of the wave. The second one is setting up a bush trees. And then the third one is taking control of the bushes. So starting with the wave control, you essentially walk down to the lane, staying as far away from the bushes as possible, and keeping the minions between you to avoid getting engaged on. And then you start hitting the wave a little bit and make sure you don't want to shove the wave, but you want to make sure that you hit 2 first, or at the very least at the same time as your opponents. And then you can get that level 2, you can start poking, that kind of stuff. And it sort of requires you to have some form of poke tools or wave control tools, or ideally both. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples on screen of good champions for it. And then moving on to brush control, or cheese bush, which gives you basically, it gives you a chance to harass the enemy, and it gives you opportunity to just keep playing aggro, essentially. And usually you get to chunk your opponent a bit. It requires you to have some burst at level 1, as well as ideally some CC or engage tool. And usually you'll go in, deal some damage, and then back off, and then you can do it again once your cooldowns come back. So there's some more examples of champions. And then for the final one, taking brush control. Basically you walk into the bushes as your waves come in, and you can then make sure you have vision there. If there's enemies setting up a cheese, you can fight them, but that does require you to have a stronger sustained fight at level 1. So that you can outfight your enemy, and it depends a little bit on both your ADC as well as your own champion. That's the basic 3 options that you have, and I'm going to go into some examples here. So here I'm playing Soraka. I'm going for the wave control. I walk up, keep the minions between me, and then I'm also going to Q the bush to get vision. But essentially, if there's anyone in there, they have to engage through the wave. And I'm going to start hitting the minions, not too much, but because we don't want to shove it, but enough to make sure that we at least clear the wave at the same time as the opponents. I hit the Q onto the wave as well as on Caitlyn, so dual purpose there. And they hit 2 first, but we have wave control, so we're not in any real danger. And this essentially leads us to having a safe, even level 2, which we're happy at Soraka and Sigs. Moving on to the second one, we have me as Poppy and a Draven. We've taken control of the bush. We're looking to fight, maybe get an engage onto one of them. We see they're a little bit late, but hopefully I could have maybe flashed onto Corki there, but I'm going to go for the more consistent play of going for the Thresh here. So we get a nice little a fight here. We chunk most of Thresh's health. Draven takes a bit of damage, but it's not the end of the world. And we get to basically get a free push off of it, as well as, just the level 2. I get to keep engaging, and off of this, the rest of the lane, we basically just get to keep playing aggro and keep fighting. Moving on to this third one, I'm taking control of the bush as Braum. With the Caitlyn, we have a really good sustained fight, so we can just keep fighting whenever we want to, take that long fight. And Caitlyn doesn't really need my help to take control of the wave, because it's a Caitlyn who has good wave control. So I'm just going to sit in the bush, make sure no one comes in there. I'm going to hit the minions a little bit to help reach that level 2 sooner, and then I just walk up. And we can, from this point on, just like zone them out with my Q and Caitlyn's range. And from this point onward, we just get to, whenever they walk up, either Nico or Misfortune walk up for farming, we're just going to keep hitting them, dealing slight poke damage every time, and just keep harassing them like that. So we just get to zone them out off for the rest of the lane, essentially. So that's been my basic introductory guide on the level 1 for the support. Hopefully you've learned something and you can take it into your games. And I will see you next time.